G'day guys, Morrowind was recently made available over on Portmaster, so today I thought we would have a go at installing it and seeing how well it actually runs on our R36S. If you weren't aware, Morrowind was the third entry in the Elder Scrolls series, and when it originally came out in 2002, it did win Game of the Year. It's a fairly massive open world RPG, pretty similar to Skyrim, only obviously much older. Morrowind isn't free, but it is fairly cheap, but you can use either the Steam or GOG versions to get it running with Portmaster. We'll just be using the GOG version today since that's what we have. As always, we'll be starting off with a fresh install of the latest version of ArkOS, which at the time of filming is the June 30, 2025 build. To start off, we will need internet access on our R36S since we will be installing almost everything on the handheld itself. You could use a USB wireless or Ethernet adapter, but I prefer just to tether it to my Android phone. So I've just connected my Android phone to my R36S over USB, and we'll just enable USB tethering. And that should be it. We should now have internet on our handheld. I'll zoom in to make it a little bit easier to see. So now we've got internet, we want to fully install Portmaster. Just go down to Options, Tools, and Portmaster. If you already have Portmaster fully installed, you can skip this step. So I'm going to press Yes, press OK. It should close out and go back to the Options menu. We'll run the script again. Press A to upgrade. It's finished installing. Press A. Read the disclaimer and press OK. And we should be inside Portmaster. So as of making this, it hasn't been added to feature ports, but if we go down to all ports, go all the way down to Morrowind, just press A, and press A again to install it. Hopefully it does install successfully, and that should be all we have to do on our handheld. Next, we do have to copy the original Morrowind game files over to our SD card. We'll just quit out of Portmaster, press Start on the main menu, go down to Quit, and shut down system. We'll move over to our Windows 11 laptop to finish the installation. We're over on our Windows 11 PC now. Just going to insert the ArkOS SD card from our R36S. And we just have to copy the original Morrowind files over to the correct folder on our EasyROMs partition. If you already have Morrowind installed on your PC, you can just copy the game files from the installation folder. But if you don't have it installed, and you do have the GOG version, you can actually just copy the installer over. That's what we'll be doing today. So there should be two files in the GOG installer. You've got the exe file itself and a bin file. We want to copy both of those. Just pressing Ctrl A and Ctrl C. We'll go to our EasyROMs partition. We want to go down to ports, open up OpenMW, and we want to open up the data folder and paste the two files in here. If you didn't have the GOG installer and you wanted to use your pre-installed files, you would just navigate to the folder you installed Morrowind to on your PC and copy all the data files. These instructions can be found by going to the portmaster.games website and clicking on the Morrowind entry. This is also where you would install the Morrowind Portmaster files if you don't have internet access on your R36S. Scrolling down, it also mentions these stock controls, so it's definitely handy to have a quick browse of this. It also mentions it is compatible with most mods, some of which are optimization mods, but in my tests, I found it ran well enough with the stock setup. Once you've finished copying the original game files over, we can safely eject our SD card and pop it back into our R36S. We've put the SD card back into our R36S and powered it on. And now to finish the installation, we just want to go down to Ports and run Morrowind. If you've copied over all the correct files and haven't missed any steps, it should say, "Welcome to the patching shop." And if we press A, it should start the installation. It mentions taking around 6 minutes, but it might take a little bit longer depending on the speed of your SD card. Just press A again to start. If you got a black screen when you tried to open Morrowind, and you don't see this Portmaster page, then it means you either haven't fully installed Portmaster, or you haven't copied over the correct files that it's looking for. Once it's finished installing, you should get a little message on the bottom telling you so. Just press A, and it should automatically start the game. So the left joystick is your mouse cursor, and A is left click. So nice and easy. We'll select New, press A. When you first start it, you do have to go through a quick tutorial where you pick your class, your name, and all that kind of stuff. So after a very short cutscene, it does want us to select our name. You can either use a USB keyboard, or if you hold Select and press R2, it does go into text input mode. So you should see an A on the screen. From here, press up and down to select your character, and A to enter it. So I'll just call myself AAAA, and then we'll toggle text entry off once more by holding Select and pressing R2, and we'll move the cursor over to OK and press A. Nice and easy. The right joystick looks around and the left joystick moves, but while this guy's talking to you, you can't actually move around. So don't panic. You just have to wait until this little cutscene's over. It does say none and none move forward and back, none and none move side to side, and the mouse looks around. It is trying to pull the mapping data, but obviously it doesn't know what our left joystick is. So that's fine, just click OK. And we can now move. It is very dark, I do apologize. It does get brighter when we get outside though. To exit the ship, face the hatch and press A. And we're outside. So it is a little bit laggy when it first loads the area, as you can see. It's lagging quite badly, but once it's finished loading, it does go fairly smooth. So still a little bit of lag, and it looks like it has finished, so it's nice and smooth now. Now it wants it to pick our class. You can customize it quite heavily, but I'll just go default, click OK. Again, just use the left joystick to move the mouse around, and press A to left click. We won't go too much into how to actually play this game, since it is fairly well known, and it is heavily documented online. As mentioned previously, a complete list of the default controls can be found on the Portmaster website, which I will link down below. I think next, we'll see if we can get it working on our R36S Clone. We've just got our bright orange R36S Clone here. This is the one with built-in flash that it boots from. And I've just done a fresh install of the latest version of ArkOS for clones to this micro SD card. So we'll power off our clone, and I'll pop the SD card in, power it back on. You can see ArkOS K36S. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any way to get internet access on this clone, at least while it's running ArkOS. USB tethering obviously doesn't work, and the wireless adapters that I do have aren't compatible with this. So what I ended up doing was just copying the full Portmaster folder, as well as the Morrowind folder from my real R36S that we saw earlier, and hopefully that is enough to get it working. Let's go down to ports, so we can see Morrowind. We'll open it up and hope for the best. Sure enough, it does actually work. We'll load my save file. I've noticed the mouse cursor doesn't actually show up, but it is there. It does still work. So you're sort of going blind on the main menu. We'll load my save. We can just press R1 to act as a tab to go over to OK and press A. So you can see it's a little bit laggy when it first loads a new area, but once it's loaded, it's not that bad. So it's a bit of lag spike here. Still loading. There we go. It looks like it has finished loading. And yeah, it seems fully playable even on the clone. The two joysticks do work on mine, so that's a bit of luck. We'll move over to my Windows 11 laptop, and I'll show you what files I copied over to get this working. We're over on my Windows 11 laptop, and I've just inserted the SD card from my clone R36S. This is the SD card that we did install the custom build of ArkOS to. So let's go to EasyROMs folder, and we'll start off by going down to Tools. So I ended up copying both the Portmaster script and the full Portmaster folder from my original R36S running the latest version of ArkOS, where I did fully install Portmaster on the device itself. You probably don't need to copy the script over, but I did just to be safe. If we open up the Portmaster folder, you can see all the files are in there. If we open up the Ports folder now, you should be able to see the Morrowind script as well as the OpenMW folder. Again, I just copied the full folder as well as the launch script over from my original R36S, where we did fully install Morrowind. So it seems they are the only files we needed to copy over to get Morrowind working on our fresh install of ArkOS on our R36S clone. Again, I've never had this clone connected to the internet, so it doesn't seem to be required if you do already have access to the full install folders. If you do have working internet on your clone, then you could just follow the steps we did for the official R36S and they should work fine. Failing that, you should be able to manually install Portmaster using the roughly 500 meg install script from the Portmaster website, and then simply manually install Open Morrowind from the Portmaster website as well. This is definitely an awesome game, and I can see why it did win Game of the Year 2002. It runs almost perfectly on the R36S, and it doesn't run too badly on the R36S clone either, which is pretty cool. There are some light lag spikes when initially loading a new area, but they only last for a few seconds and then it goes nice and smooth again. This may be the most impressive port for the R36S that I've seen so far. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.